This is Joan Jerry. This is Joan Jerry's YouTube channel. Welcome so much. I hope you're good. I'm good. If you're not good, I hope you get better. And so we're on episode 3 of our African ways, quote unquote Kenyan. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make one of the most famous traditional dishes. No, it's not the most famous, but one of the most famous dishes in Kenya, and it's called Githeri. So Githeri is a mixture of beans and maize or corn. So I'm going to show you the simplest way of making it from scratch. So welcome. Thank you for choosing our YouTube channel. So while you're preparing the sweet corn and the beans, it's called kideri, as I said earlier. You remove all the husk from the maize corn, and then make sure that all the silks, you take them all away, because when they're on the kideri, they are very unpleasant. Then you start removing them. Then after that, you remove the maize from the corn. All right, all right. So let's go.
Onto the beans now.
So guys, this is like a hack I'm going to give you. When you're cooking the beans, when you soak them, it softens the beans, hence fastening the speed in which your beans are going to boil and cook. So you soak the beans, the amount of beans you want to use, under cold water, and this will definitely make them soft for easier boiling. And yeah. So guys, since the beans are ready, we now mix them with the maize ready for boiling. And myself, I had spared some beans meant for stew. Yeah, did you know that here in Africa, Kenya, we actually use beans for stew? Yeah, those spare maize that I've put there, I'll tell you later it's meant for what. So our jiko is ready, and as always, I love using the jiko. I had shown you on an earlier video how to light up the jiko, so please go check the process. So you put your mixture on heat and put water until some of the mixture floats. As always, I love using hot water since it speeds up the process and also saves energy. So you put hot water and make sure that some of the mixture is floating or to some certain level of your choice. And again, it's also good to do what? It's good to use a pot, since while these things are boiling, they usually tend to pour. So you using a highly raised pot saves it from pouring a lot. So you cover your mixture, and now you wait for it. So guys, I'm back, and to my surprise, like after an hour, my githeri was ready. This was so surprising because back in the days, this githeri was used to be cooked like for the whole day. It was so chaotic, by the way. Hey, now the githeri was ready within an hour. I think it was because the maize was soft, and also I had softened the beans. All right, right. So we take the githeri from fire. So guys, you remember the maize that I had spared somewhere? This is it. I had boiled it together with the githeri, and I will use it to make mashed potatoes. I'm going to take you through that process later in another video. So it has also cooked. That was fast. I think the maize was too soft. So you make sure you dry all the water, because if you don't dry all the water, it has some taste. So you dry it all, or either if you don't have like proper storage, it makes the githeri go bad within days. And I don't know why back in the days this githeri used to stay like for 4 days or 5 days without being refrigerated, and it was not, I don't know how that was happening. So this is it. It's so yummy, it's ready, it's so hot, as you can see. Like this githeri we used to eat like for like 3 to 4 days or 5, because like they used to use a huge pot, like a huge pot. Hey, it was so fun fact. It was so. Do you actually know that in the village, that water that I have just drained from the githeri, it's actually the cow's juice. Like when you give the cows that one, they feel so good and then they enjoy. Like it's like the way you put juice on water, like, and then you take and then you feel so good. Like when you give the cows that thing, they like enjoy. In fact, when the villagers want the cow to take water, and then they usually add that one. You can even borrow from the neighbor so that you can make sure like the cow drinks. They love that thing, and I don't know why. Just a fun fact. So after I have drained the water, the githeri is ready. In fact, you can eat it like that. You just add some salt for like a flavor, and then the githeri. I decided to use more ways, like to show you more ways. So I decided to like show you more ways on how you can make your githeri more interesting, like maybe frying it. So myself, I used potatoes, but there are so many ways you can fry it just like that. Some saute, some tomatoes, and that is it. But myself, I decided to use some potatoes because that is how most of the Kenyans like it. Yeah, they like it like that. Another fun fact: do you actually know that early in the days, when in the like 2000 and in the 90s, the food was for the poor, but nowadays, like everyone enjoys it. Not like everyone, but I mean most of the people enjoy it. So
Let's fry our githeri with some potatoes.
I also use tomato paste, a piece of ginger and garlic.
Add salt to your liking.
That's sauce.
So guys, after you add salt, I would recommend that you add some water, just a cup of water, to first cook the potatoes for a little bit while. And this is how you do it. And then you make sure that the water is not a lot, just a little bit. You cover for some time, just a little bit of time. And then, so when the water kind of dries up, you now add your githeri, and stir. And then now after you stir, you can add your water to, like, okay, here in Kenya, most of us love some soup, and I would recommend that this githeri have just a little bit of soup. Like now is is when I was adding my danias, because I don't like the audacity of danias. Like I don't like the audacity of danias on githeri while you like garnish. Me, I add them earlier before I add the water. So here is the githeri. It's ready. You add just a little bit of water to make it just a bit wet for easier swallowing. Also, yeah, this is just how it's made. So this guy is my recipe. By now, I'm testing if the potatoes are ready, and when that is how I'm testing them, that is how you just know your potatoes are ready. So guys, my githeri is ready, and this is how I served it. Look at that. Look at that. Come to my place and I'm going to make you one.